how to use it to help you build a scale model. Chances are that if you haven't heard of Pinterest, you might want to ask your wife, girlfriend, sister, or daughter about it. A 2020 report found that of the 440 million monthly users, over 60% are women. Pinterest is essentially a digital scrapbook where you can save images and, to a lesser extent, videos to a collection. It is a free website and requires registration to use. It's also a powerful search engine for ideas. There is a search bar on Pinterest website. Let's say if you want to remodel your basement, or search for a recipe, or find reference photos of a flathead engine, pretty much anything you can imagine, there's a pin and a category for it on Pinterest. The service is currently accessible through a web browser or a downloaded app for iOS or Android. To access Pinterest, go to pinterest.com and click Sign Up. The sign up process is pretty straightforward. Once you sign up and add interests, your homepage will be customized over time based upon your activity, including the images you click on and save to your boards. Most of the pins have information about who uploaded them and the original source of the pin, usually linking back to a website where the original image was located. If you like a pin, you can save it to a place called a board, where you have a collection of similar pins. You can also follow users, and the pins they upload will be displayed on your homepage. A good way to find pins and users is to use the search bar at the top of the page. You could also create your own pin by uploading your own photos from your computer or from the internet and save them to your boards. Once you have a collection of pins saved to a board, you can access those on any device by, again, going to pinterest.com or using the Pinterest app. The boards can be organized by subject, and you can have boards within boards, like folders within folders in Microsoft Windows. The next time you open Pinterest, images similar to those you have already saved will appear more frequently on your homepage. That's Pinterest in a nutshell. Now, this was a very quick intro, but I'll link to a more thorough tutorial in the description below. Let's take a look around. Here, you can see one of my boards labeled Cars at the top of the screen. While I do have some generic boards, I also have some specifically dedicated to my current and upcoming builds. Let's explore my winter Jeep board. Here, you can see the images I pinned to this board. Taking a look at the first pin, obviously it's not a Jeep, but I saved it specifically for the items displayed in the pickup bed and how they were laid out in this display. In this image, you can not only see the black rubber and plastic parts, but also the aluminum parts used in the construction of the tracks. I know exactly why I saved this image, but if I wanted to, I can make a comment on the image to the right as to why I saved the image. Below the image are suggested pins based upon the image I saved. When I go back to the other pins on the board, you can see that I have saved a number of pins showing tracks and tracked vehicles. This way, I can see how snow accumulates on and in the tracks. You can also see generic winter images I pinned to create an idea of what I wanted winter to look like. I also pinned a few images of cars in winter weather. I pinned this image to show the accumulation of snow on top of the fenders, hood, and roof. As you can see, I also found images enjoying winter weather. The pins at the bottom of the board are some of the first I pinned to this board. I have a few pins on weathering tracks, and you can also see at the bottom are suggested images based upon images I already saved to this board. Some of these suggested images can really lead you down a rabbit hole. Let's take a look at one more board. We'll go back into the Cars board, and this time, click on the 60s service truck build. These are ideas that I pinned to help me with ideas for the Psychedelic 60s group build, where I'm building the Mobius 1965 Ford service truck. This first pin gave me an idea of what the interior and dashboard looked like in a 1966 Ford F-100, which looks to be exactly the same as a Mobius service truck. The image has a link to a website where the image was originally saved from. Again, below the image are other suggested images, not all of which are from Ford pickups. Let's go back and take a look at the next image. I saved this image because of the overhead rack. Although this next image isn't a service truck, I really like the color combo and the spare tire in the bed. This image is cool. It shows the utility doors open. I'd really like to do this, but the utility doors on the Mobius truck are very nicely detailed in the closed position. This is the look I really like on a service truck. Large wheels, slammed to the ground, and shop decals all over the truck. Here's another one. Look at the solid wheels and stock hubcaps. I really like the look. And here's a view of the same truck from a different angle. More power. Hard to argue with that one. Here we go. This is how the two-tone interior should look. Here's another service truck, dropped to the ground with those solid wheels. Nice look. More suggested pins and going down the rabbit hole. Definitely some beautiful trucks out there and plenty of ideas for future builds. Finally, let's create a board. I'm going to use the search bar at the top of the screen to search for images of a 1950 Ford pickup based upon the monogram kit I picked up a few months back. Let's see what we can find. Not much in the first row, but I see a couple I like in the second row. I like this image, so let's save it. I can use the red save button or click the three dots on the bottom to hide the pin or download the image. Let's save it. As you can see by the pop-up window at the bottom, it was saved to my Cars board. Here, you can see the boards I created within my Cars board and the uncategorized pickup image I just saved. Let's edit the pin. Let's create a section called 1950 Ford Pickup. We'll save it, and now you can see the board. Let's click the pinned image and then click More Ideas to see some suggested pins. I like this one. Let's save it. There are definitely a lot of choices here. Here's another one I like. The two-tone paint is real appealing. The wheels are pretty awesome too. Here's another one I like. Let's look at the related images below. Here, you can see this pin links to a YouTube video. Let's go back. I see a few other pins I like, so let's click on those and pin them to the board. I like this one too. Those wide white walls and reverse chrome rims are awesome. Clicking on the images can produce a range of results. The search algorithm produces different results for each image. Sometimes you hit the mother lode. Other times you could scroll forever and come up empty. I'm going to place all these pins in the proper board. I have a number of pins saved to my board. Now I can exit out and start my build. I can always come back to Pinterest and open the board to retrieve my saved ideas. I don't rely exclusively on Pinterest to build my models, but it certainly helps keep the images and ideas I like organized in one place. I hope this short tutorial gives you one more tool on your tool belt to help you find and save ideas and to help you build scale models. I hope you found this helpful. Once again, thanks for stopping by. My name's Mike, and I'm the Millennial Modeler. I hope to see you on the next one.